Hey guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In 2 Corinthians chapter 8, the Apostle Paul is trying to encourage the church at Corinth to add to the donations that the Apostle Paul was going to be taking to the needy saints in Jerusalem. And he mentions the fact that, the church at Corinth had a desire to give to this ministry a year ago, but they lacked opportunity. But now he's encouraging them, go ahead and fulfill that desire that you had and complete what you wanted to do a year ago. This is found in chapter 8, and he says in verse 10, and I give my opinion in this matter, for this is profitable for you, who were the first to begin a year ago, not only to do this, but also to desire to do it. But now complete doing it also, so that just as there was the readiness to desire it, so there may be also the completion of it from what you have. So the Apostle Paul said, go ahead and bring it to full completion. Put it into action. That desire that you had a year ago, put it into action and bring it to completion. And I think that might be a good word for us. And it really gives us an opportunity to think on perhaps some things that maybe we felt in our heart of hearts we needed to do, or something that was on our heart. We had that feeling of oughtness, that feeling, in other words, of I ought to do this, but maybe we lacked opportunity. And we could go back maybe a year ago, 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But at one point in our lives, we just had this strong feeling that there was something that we needed to do, whatever it might be. And maybe at the time we lacked opportunity, maybe because we were raising children, we were busy, and we didn't have the resources or maybe the energy or any of the other things. Or, maybe we were just hindered from doing it for other reasons. And we had that desire, but we just didn't have the ability to bring it to completion. What oftentimes happens in cases like these is that we tend to forget. It's like we had a burning desire a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. There was this driving force within us that was pulling us in a particular direction. But again, because of outward circumstances, maybe circumstances beyond our control, we weren't able to bring it into full completion. And then the fire kind of dies down and we have a tendency to just forget and go on about our lives and forget about what we might have been being called to do in earlier years. Maybe this reading today will give us space to sit back and think about some of those things. Is it possible that maybe the Lord would bring that desire back to us once again to say, you know what, maybe back then wasn't the right time, but now is the right time? It may not be the case in every case, but it's something to consider. And to say, you know what, have I neglected something that I felt drawn to years ago? And do I need to bring that to full completion now that I do have the opportunity, now that I do have maybe the money, the resources, the energy, so on and so forth? And so let's spend some time reflecting on that and praying over that and asking the Lord, bring back those old desires that maybe have been left stagnant over the years because of life and because of the disruptions of life. And ask the Lord to bring those desires back to flame again, if these are things that He truly desires for us to do in the present moment. And then pray that He would open up doors of opportunity, that we would also be able to bring that which we desire to completion and to put it into a fully complete work for the kingdom. And hopefully our reading today will allow us to do that. So here's some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.